Ebony, I wanted to talk about the process of getting the extra year of eligibility. Can you kind of talk through like what that process looked like for you?
Yeah, actually, I think I want to thank Ohio State and just the program because they made it real seamless. Unfortunately, I did not get to play at Syracuse, so being able to get that year back and make the best of it, especially at Ohio State for a third year, I feel like I really got to live out my college basketball dreams. Of course, I want to finish out this last year the best that I can, but they made it really easy for me to come back.
And then follow up, what did it mean to you? I know the end of last season was tough and you were able to come back with the team for the tournament, but what did it mean to you that the school was still like, no, we want you here?
I mean, that's what makes Ohio State Ohio State. Like the Buckeye Nation, I feel is one thing that really keeps me coming, that keeps me excited to play. I want to do everything for our fans. I know they do everything for us, so I think that's what really makes me excited to come and be able to play in front of them every day.
Kind of jumping off that, you kind of spoke about it in that answer, but kind of following up, there's some players who chose to go somewhere else for their last year of eligibility. Why did you decide, especially after last season, it was up and down, to stay here?
Yeah, Buckeye Nation. I mean, they support me through and through. When they saw that I was on a bench, I had numerous DMs asking me where I was at, if I was okay. Just that's the kind of support that I love in the fan base and in just a program in general. And I feel like I really got that from here. Especially being experienced in different institutions and different colleges, I feel that that's one of the major differences when it comes to Ohio State compared to the rest.
And I want to ask this to both of you. Obviously, rebounding was a big topic, a little bit of a struggle for you guys last season. What during this off season and during these trainings, how have you focused on kind of improving the rebounding game?
Yeah, rebounding was definitely a struggle, especially for a lot of the games that we lost. So we added definitely some key players to the roster. Petty, she's going to be huge for us, and Elsa, they're going to be huge for us. So, just continuing to emphasize rebounding in practice, and hopefully that will be implemented in games. But that's definitely a key focus.
Ebony and Taylor, I guess this is for both of you. You guys are both returning as some of the older players on this team. What are you expecting? What have you guys seen so far from the depth of this team, and how do you guys both expect to step into some leadership roles?
You go first.
Yeah, I'm excited. We have a really great group of girls for this year, and I'm just looking forward to playing with them. A lot of the freshmen, coming in, and even the transfers, they're just very fearless and just confident coming in, and so I think that's going to translate to their game and to our offense and defense. But I'm just excited to play with them this year and see what we accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, just to kind of piggyback off that, I think our answer was pretty good too. But we have a younger team. Of course, we have a lot of new pieces, but they're eager to win and they're eager to make the Buckeye Nation and the program proud. So I think that's really what's going to give us our added depth to what we already have in general. So just the fact that they want to go out there and do all that they can, I feel is really going to help us, push us over that mark.
Just a follow-up, sorry. Taylor, you spoke on the defense also, and obviously you guys had one of the best defenses in the country on the in the backcourt, especially with both Celeste and JC gone now. Who are you expecting to step up in terms of freshmen or transfers?
Yeah, I think Jelani and Ava, really all of them are going to help us in the press. That's a key identity for this team, and like a lot of the success that we have is because of our press. So I think they're also excited to get in and try to get familiar with it. But I think Jelani and Ava are going to be especially helpful with us in applying that pressure. They're really quick and everything, so I'm just excited to have them when we press other teams.
Can you share? Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to ask, can you share if you're going to play more of a zone or man press as opposed to last season?
I think man.
Battle secrets.
I mean, we only ever do a man press. I don't think we've ever done a zone press ever. So I feel like just looking at our, yeah.
But I think also to add, we're excited to have Kennedy playing this year as well. She was with us last year, but she redshirted, so having that added person as well as the transfers come in, and I feel like we have a lot of new faces, but it's a lot of the same story, so it's going to be excited to kind of showcase that.
You guys obviously don't have JC anymore. You can't fill that with one person. So how do you kind of make up for not just the numbers, but everything that she's brought to this team and program?
Yeah, I mean, I think JC's a great player. I mean, she proved it in the W as well. But I think the program really stands for itself. She helped instill pride that we have in defense and what we do and intention on what we do, and I think that's what's helped us move on, not really move on, but kind of lead that into the next players coming in and stuff like that. So It definitely is different not having her. I actually was just watching some games the other day or last night, just watching how we played and watching our defense. It was so exciting, but knowing that they have that to reference, they have that person to talk to, I feel like is what makes people feel a little more comfortable, not really having her here and stuff like that, so.
And Taylor, a lot of what you guys were talking about, it sounds like you feel like you have really good depth on this team. Is that, he's shaking, nodding your head. Would you agree? And how does that help with the kind of style that you guys like to play?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think we have a deep bench this year, and even in games when we get tired and stuff, we're going to be able to make a lot of crucial subs, and I think that's going to be important for the long-term success that we have this season. So I think that's going to be helpful this year.
Eboni, what do you feel like your role can be in this front court, complementing, what Petty does well, what Elsa does well?
Yeah, I mean, from the day that I first started playing basketball, all I want to do is help my team. So whatever a coach needs from me, I'll be sure to be ready. Whether that may be as a post player, as someone on the wing, someone at the front of the press, whatever he's asking of me, I want to make sure I can do that to the best of my ability. So just being able to fit into any gap that he needs me to, I feel like I really take a lot of pride in.
And Taylor, I know that Coach McGuff said at Big Ten Media Days that he wants you to be more of a vocal leader this year. How do you feel like you've been able to take on that role?
Yeah, it's definitely been an interesting process, but just looking back when I was a freshman, the seniors and grad players that were really good leaders that I could look up to. I just want to kind of use what they used this year and just help the freshmen and all the newcomers get acclimated and comfortable and everything. But it's definitely been an interesting process.
Question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
You had a scrimmage this last week. You're up to Kent State, right, to play against. I know, not giving any battle secrets, but how did it go from practice to getting this group together now in a game-like environment experience? How did that go?
I mean, it was fun. I think, like saying that we have a younger team. Of course, when they first come in, all they think about is the games and the fans and things like that. But being able to really apply what we've been practicing over the past few weeks and months throughout the summer, and then applying that to someone else that we haven't seen and stuff like that, really learning to scout and them getting acclimated to what the process is to be in college, I feel like was really fun to be able to get a little test of that. So we're definitely eager for our first game to come and to show everyone what we've been working on and how we look. But yeah, it was fun. I think that we did a really good job of practicing and then putting it into the games. Of course, we want to keep continuing to get better, but I think that something that makes me excited about this team is that there's always growth. It's not like we really have any setbacks, so it's just taking one step at a time, and I feel like we'll really have a good and long season.
And last question for both of you. You're in your final seasons. Whenever fans think back to Taylor Thierry as a Buckeye, Eboni Walker as a Buckeye, what do you want them to remember about you? What's one thing you want them to remember about you?
I guess just the impact that I had, not only on my teammates and coaches, but just like the university. I just want to be able to look back and say like I had a positive change on my teammates.
Yeah, I mean, brought energy. I just try to be as positive as I can. I'll do anything I can to win, whether that may be diving on the floor or having a tough defensive matchup. I never really looked at the numbers or the stats. I just want my team to win and look good. So I hope that kind of shows that you don't have to put all those crazy numbers up to be important to something. So
I'm gonna open it up to Zoom here. Dave, Bobby, do either of you want to ask a couple questions? Okay. Dave, are you? Okay, perfect. Yeah, go ahead.
One thing, you guys spoke about Kennedy and how she had the redshirt season. How does it kind of help differently than obviously the new transfers and the recruits coming in? She's had a season but no one's been able to see her play. So what do you think she's going to bring, and how does it kind of help with the chemistry playing with her compared to other new players?
yeah, I will say that. I will say that it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of like having Cody here early, being able to really watch the program and practice with us and kind of put all that to practice and perfect it before really going out into a game. I feel like gives her a little bit of a competitive edge, and she used that to her advantage. She has a lot of pride. She's excited to play this year, and I think I'm excited to be able to watch her play. So yeah, just knowing that she had to sit, and not be able to play in certain games she wanted to, and now she gets a chance to, I feel like it's really gonna help her be the player that she wants to be.
Anybody else for these two? Thanks, girls.